good morning, family. How is everyone doing this motivational Monday? We are here again, kicking it off strong, ready to get another powerful week up and going with the excitement, with the passion of what's taking place and Team Epic Network. I tell you, family, the word is getting out. 10 vitamin sprays are getting around. I'm running into people who are really beginning to hear about the 10 vitamin sprays. We are becoming the #1 brand household product, and you are all making it happen. You need to be excited about that. And you can begin to run into people and say, yeah, I heard something about those 10 vitamin sprays. I heard they're doing miraculous things to people. I say, yes, they are. Well, welcome you down into the Team Epic Lifestyle Call. This is your host, Pastor Denise McDowell, along with my business partner, DTQ Qualifier 1-Star, Pastor Del Wafer. And you, family, you make it all happen. Please take the time. Introduce yourself. Give me your name, and let me know where you're calling in from.
Selma Williams, Baltimore, South Carolina. Great day.
Good morning. Good morning, Selma. How are you, dear?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you for kicking us off this morning. You up and bright early, girl. What you doing, Selma?
Moving over, talking to people.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. That's how we do it here. Well, keep it coming, family. Listen with us this morning. Welcome to the call. Keep it coming, family. What's your name? Where you calling in from?
It's showtime, Sophia Bridges reporting for duty, ready to make it do what it do.
I'm front and center, showtime. What's going on, showtime, this bright early Monday morning?
Oh, man, getting ready for an unbelievable week. It's on. We got some unbelievable bonuses that, they're throwing on the table, and any money thrown on the table, we're picking it up, so let's go.
I know you're taking every penny out this point. I know you're taking everything being given, right?
Everything. Looking at BMWs now.
Woo! Go ahead, beat.
Let's
welcome, family. Who else is with us? Introduce yourself. Where are you calling in from?
Jesse Bowden, call from Pentagon.
Good morning, Jesse Bowden. How are you, sir?
Hey, absolutely outstanding, Pastor. Glad to be here.
I know you're excited. You're going to be picking out that Mercedes-Benz pretty soon.
Oh, definitely.
Welcome. Keep it coming, family. Who's with us this morning? Introduce yourself.
Millionaire in the making, Sheila Taylor McDuffie from Atlanta, Maryland.
I know that's right. All the shakers and bakers are calling. Look at that right on. Miss Sheila McDuffie. Millionaire in the making, calling out. She's talking about that. How are you, Sheila?
I'm doing wonderful, blessed, and highly favored. How are you?
Oh, girl, doing so good. I don't know what I do with myself. I do any better.
I know that's right.
Welcome. Well, what is this morning? Go right ahead and introduce yourself.
Frida Jackson, from my husband.
Good morning, Frida. Dance on the scene. How are you? Dance on the scene.
I'm doing just great. How are you today?
I'm doing great, but Frida, good to hear you this morning.
Thank you. Good to be on the call.
Thank you for being here. Welcome, family. I'm going to meet out in just a sec. Who else is with us? Introduce yourself.
Jerome and Renetta, Upper Mall Girl.
Hi, Renetta, Upper Mall Girl. How's it going, Upper Mall Girl?
It's doing great.
Boy, I tell you, that your team was on the line this morning. What y'all got planned? We got doing a TTP this morning. Whatever comes TTP, the whole team was on the phone.
That's right.
My goodness. We get some guests over to really good boy.
The conference is now in presentation mode. Your line is muted.
Good morning, family. How are you doing this motivational Monday? Let me ask you something. Are you ready for a sweet September to remember? This month is going to be explosive. I'm telling you, family, you guys need to take advantage of what's being offered to you in the month of September. This could all be yours. It's just as little as just sharing the great news that's taking place at Team Up the Network. We have a promotion, awesome promotion on the table, as Sonia was mentioning earlier on the call. And I'm telling you, we need to all take advantage of the promotion that's on the table for the sweet month of September. 3 new business partners on the Diamond Package. 3 new business partners, and you receive an additional, to your Fast Start bonus, to your Team Builder bonus, you receive additional $150. 3 new business partners on the Diamond Package. Now, many of us are just one person away. Some are just 2 people away, but we are just about there. And what is the other promotion? Tell any of those 3 to become executives, and you receive an additional $500 by helping your business partners go executive. How do you go executive? You help those 2 to get their 2. They get 2, and you help them. They help those 2 to get their 2. And if you help all 3 of your new business partners become executives, guess what? You receive $1,500 for the month of September. I'm telling you guys need to take advantage of that. And how is this done? It's done simply by sharing what's happening here and Team Up the Network. We have some phenomenal products that are changing people's health. We cannot make any claims that we can heal or cure any sickness or disease that you may be dealing with, but I'm telling you, we are getting some outstanding results from taking this vitamin spray. People's health is literally turning around. People with asthma conditions cleared up. Allergies cleared up. Aches and pains cleared up. Different types of sickness and disease cleared up. Diabetes cleared up. Kidney problems cleared up. Headaches cleared up. Vision cleared up. Do you hear me, family? People are getting better as a result of taking these sprays. Share the phenomenal testimony from those that are taking the vitamin sprays. If you don't have your own testimony, but I'm sure you do. If you're taking these sprays, I know you have a testimony. Share their testimony and watch people's eyes just enlighten and want to be a part of what you're doing. And they're going to simply say, I need that, or I know someone who needs it. So just get out there, share what you're doing, tell people what's happening, and watch your business and your organization just grow to phenomenal numbers. Well, I want to bring on my business partner because he's been in Atlanta, Georgia this weekend. I know he's been shaking it up. He's met some other leaders in Atlanta. He's met Ray Baskins and Bobby in Atlanta, and he's been working, I think, from the time he got there, and I think he's going to be getting back home today. But one-star DCQ qualified, Pastor Dale. Are you here this morning, sir?
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, you are there. Yes, sir. I don't know if you was on the plane or not.
All right. I'm telling you, we're doing some great things up in the ATL. You know, we're talking about how things are happening. You know, they call it Atlanta, but we call it Hot Atlanta. I tell you, there's some things going on. We had a great Super Saturday here at TTP and did some great training. We had 2 days. And Saturday was a great day, and we just decided to come back and do it again on Sunday and had a whole other group of people on Sunday and had just a great opportunity to just really connect with so many people on so many different levels, have teams from all over to gather in one place and just get excited about what 10 is offering us. So I'm telling you, we're excited. Atlanta's excited. They're ready to rock and roll. We're looking forward to all the things that they're going to be doing here. We're going to be back in Atlanta real soon to help you guys continue to build and grow. And so we're really excited about what's going on in Atlanta.
Wow. Well, I know Kevin Vaughn is beside himself. He was just all over Facebook and social media this weekend trying to post every little bit that he can. So we're going to have him come back at the end of the call and give us a little taste of his excitement from this weekend.
Well, yeah, we definitely want to do that, and we're going to have the Atlanta team on tomorrow, and it's going to be amazing with some of the people that their testimonies and the excitement that they had. This is what we do, guys, going into different areas, helping them to just really focus and build their businesses, and so we're excited about the places that we'll be traveling. Pastor Denise and I will be all over the place in October, so we're really excited about coming to your town, your area, to help you guys get pumped up and ready to go too. So don't forget, September 27th is going to be amazing, and the 90 days after September 27th, it's going to be, it really truly is going to be a September to remember.
Indeed it is. And we just have, we have 1 week, 2 weeks away from the big event, the next big event that's taking place on September 27th. Ooh, it's excitement in the air and the atmosphere in regards to that. And you all want to be there because Mel and Amy, Jill, Robin Pickens, they are all going to be in town. And all the great leaders, Nikisha and Mr. T is coming into town. I'm just looking forward. The North Carolina team is going to be here. Atlanta team is going to be here. New York is going to be in the house. Kentucky, Vicky Soto and her team is going to be in the house. And Louisville. I mean, I'm telling you, folks are coming in from around the globe. And you're going to want to be in the house and all that explode. You're going to want to be there. So make sure that you are really taking to heart to be here on Saturday, September 27th for the East Coast Regional. We're going to kick it off and get in this year, 2014, in a way that we never saw possible. So having your heart to be here. So let's bring on our coach for today. Coach Nikisha is always bringing us some wonderful tools to add to our toolbox to better equip us, to give us a better mindset on where we're going and help us to really see the full vision that Melanie McGill has laid before us so we can take advantage as to where we're going at Team Effort Network. So, Coach Nikisha, are you there this morning?
I'm here, Pastor Denise. Can you hear me okay? Good morning.
Good morning, girl. How are you doing?
I am doing fabulous, and I just want to let you know you actually have 19 days and 48 minutes and 0 seconds to get to the event. We're doing a countdown.
So you're counting. That's good, Nikisha. My goodness, you're counting the days. That's exciting. Exciting. So I know you're going to be in town. I can't wait to see you.
I know. I'm very, very excited. And you know what? I got a call from very, very dear friend, Mr. Paul Jackson, and he's always got such good words of wisdom. And he brought something to my attention that I don't think that we've actually trained on. Because I know we've told everyone that they need to get out to events, but we've never trained on why we need to get out to events. So hopefully you guys are okay with me just doing a little training on why we need to get out to the East Coast Regional on September 27th. You have 19 days to get your preparations together.
I think that's an excellent way to start the week off, and actually touch on that throughout the week, because I really do think people take lightly the big events. I don't know if people really hear when Mel says, when you want your business to grow, you have got to attend the big events. So I think that's an excellent topic for today.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so, what is it that we're going to get out of these events? I'm going to get right to the meat of it, because I think that, there might be a little deception on why events are so important. So we really want to talk about what you're going to get out of the events and then why the events are so important. So, what you can get out of these events is you're going to be gaining a lot of knowledge. The wealth that's going to be in that room, just, Mel and Amy alone, but with all the other fantastic leaders and all the other things that they do, there's going to be so much knowledge that's going to be gained from all the people there. The events also are going to help you improve your attitude. Sometimes you can get into your business and, just like life in general, you need motivation every single day, daily. But maybe you listen to these calls and maybe they aren't doing it for you anymore. But you go to one of these events and it's going to totally improve your attitude. It doesn't matter where you are on the attitude scale, whether your attitude is very, very positive and very, very high or very, very low and very, very negative. Wherever it is, these events are going to help to improve your attitude. The goal of these events, too, is to help you change behavior, because right now, if you're working your business and it's going exactly the way that you want to, but maybe you want to kick it up a notch, this is going to be the place where you need to be so you can do that. Also, let's say that your business is not going the way that you want it to go, and you just want to feel like, man, I hear these people and I get so excited and so motivated. I want to change. I want to be like them. I want to do what they're doing. You got to get out to the events. The other one is going to develop your skills. You're going to hear lots of people who, everybody is different, right? Like I always say, I love getting on these calls. I love speaking in front of people. You hand me a microphone, I can go for hours for you. I absolutely love it. But there's some people who would rather die. That's what they say. It's statistically proven. People would rather die than speak in public. And so you're going to learn how to develop different skills because you're going to find people who might have felt like that. And how did they overcome it? You're going to find people who maybe have been refined in some of their speaking skills. And, hey, what do you do? How do you do that? And so you're going to be able to develop your skills. So those are some things that you're going to gain. Now, what are some of the things that you can do at the event? One of them is make connections. You know, I always tell you guys, this is a perfect place to network with other people in 10 because you're going to be able to learn from them. You're going to be able to grow from them. And one of the most important things is you're going to be able to collect stories. I can tell you right now, you know, Pastor Denise and Pastor Jeff said it right. We have not heard all the testimonies that are going on. And it's probably just because a lot of people think, oh, well, my testimony isn't that big of a deal. Like, for example, mine. I used to have really bad acid reflux. I mean, really, really bad. And ever since I started taking the Super 10, my husband can tell you, he doesn't have to get up and give me milk in the middle of the morning or go down to the store and get antacids in the middle of the night. So it has totally changed my life. But for me, it wasn't that big of a deal as some of the other people whose stories that I heard. So, you know, I never really shared my story because I didn't think it was that big of a deal. But you know what? There's other people out there who are suffering from acid reflux who really appreciated my story. And so that's when you go to these events, you're going to be able to talk to individuals. And I can tell you right now, everybody at the event is going to have some sort of story. Everybody's going to have a story, a big story, a small story, maybe even a story they hadn't even really thought of. And so now is your opportunity to collect stories. So if you feel like, well, my story, I just feel better. I have more energy, but it's nothing life-changing. Well, now you can go to these events. You can make connections with people, network with people, and use some of their stories. You know, this is also what we were talking about for the last 2 weeks with personalities and colors, the red, yellow, green, and blue. You know, now you're going to be able to find other people who can help you do three-way calls, the power of the three-way call. You know, you're going to go out there and meet lots and lots of Spanish speakers. We're going to be going into Mexico soon. That's a great opportunity for you to network with them and get some of those contacts information so that when you find someone whose Spanish is their primary language, you now have somebody that you can call and say, hey, can you do me a favor and do a three-way call for me? So these are great opportunities just to expand your network, to make connections with people, to start collecting stories for your own repertoire. So that's a great thing. You know, you're also going to be learning from other leaders. You know, when you attend these events, you're going to hear something or you'll hear something or see something that's going to cause a breakthrough. Now, you know, one of the things that's great about this business is that a lot of times you'll hear the same stories over and over again, but for some reason, in the atmosphere of an event, things change. And the story that you may have heard or a training that you may have heard 3 or 4 times before, boom, all of a sudden, now you're going to hear something totally different because you're in a totally different environment. You're more open. You're more aware. And so some of these things that have to, oh, yeah, you know, I've heard that story from so-and-so so many times before. And then all of a sudden you hear it and you're just like, wow, I never knew she ever said that. Maybe she never said that before. And you might have a breakthrough in your business. And when your team attends the event, your business is just going to explode because you guys are going to be coming back with a totally different attitude. You know, it doesn't matter if the event is, you know, to some outsider spectacular or the event is just okay. It's the fact that everybody together has the same goals, the same mindset, and that builds a certain energy in the room. And that makes everybody's awareness and sensitivity. You know, when you're in a crowd, and maybe it's just me, but you know how you can just kind of feel the movement of a crowd? And when that movement is all high and the electricity is in the air, all of a sudden your brain synapses, they're like popping. And so everything that you hear just you get it in such clarity. It's absolutely amazing. And when you do that, and 2 or more or 3 or more agree, and you have your team there, you guys are going to come home and you guys are going to blow it out of the water because you guys are both going to be on this, you guys are going to be on the same wavelength. Everybody's going to be motivated. Everybody's going to be excited, and you're going to take your business to a completely different level. But you know what? Here's the number one reason to attend the event. Your belief level will go through the roof. You know, you get this attitude, if they can do it, so can I. Because you're going to find someone who has been in your situation, who has now broken through whatever fear, whatever limitations they had, and they've taken their business to the next level. And that's going to let you know that you can too. And remember how we talked about the belief cycle? You know, we all start with some sort of potential or belief. So, for example, let's say that you just got into the business. Your belief level is going to be high. You're going to be excited. Your dreams are flooding back to you. You're thinking about all the money that you're going to make when you max out this compensation plan. So let's say 3 months into it, you know, you haven't quite met the goals that you thought you were going to meet. It was a little harder than you thought it was going to be. You know, you didn't quite have the skills that you thought you needed to have to make it and then, you know, to make it to your goals and to reach where you wanted to go. Well, your belief and your potential is going to determine how much action you take. So if your belief level or your potential is really, really high, you're going to take some massive action in this business. And when you take massive action, Action equals results. This is a numbers game, guys. You got to talk to a lot of people. You got to go out there and reach a lot of people, reach into your network, reach into their network of people. And then when you start to do that, you're going to see results. And when you see those results, it's going to reinforce your belief, and you're going to go all the way up to the top. Now, let's say this goes the opposite way. Let's say that you came in with a little bit of potential or a little bit of belief. You've been in network marketing before. You're like, okay, I'm hoping this one is different, but I'm not really sure. We'll just see. And so then you take a little bit of action. I'll just ask a couple people, see what they think about it. Well, you ask a couple people, maybe one says yes. You get one leg, and it doesn't really grow anywhere. Now you're looking at your results, and you're like, oh, man, this isn't really where I thought it was going to be. And so then that affects your belief level. It affects how much action you're going to take, and it affects, the results that you get, which, again, reinforces the belief. Now, what do events do? So that's the goal, is to build your belief. So events really are the spark. My husband, he was trying to explain to me how it equates to an engine in a car, and I don't really get it, but basically there's something about air and water mixing, and when that piston goes down, boom, you got combustion, and your spark goes. He's looking at me right now like I didn't say it right, but that's okay. For as far as I'm concerned, you turn on the key, and boom, your car goes. But there's that day where the key doesn't start, and that can happen in your business someday. You turn on that key, and you hear your car go, and it never quite turns over, it never quite goes anywhere. When you get out to one of these events, that's when you start to see that spark. That's where all of a sudden you've been sitting there, and then you hear whoosh, and you're like, oh, yes, we are good to go now, ladies and gentlemen. We have power. We are good to go. But what happens? Now, if my car wasn't starting, and now all of a sudden my car started, am I going to go anywhere? No, I'm not going to go anywhere, right? Just because my car started doesn't mean I'm going to go anywhere. Because what has to happen? I got to actually take off the brake, and I got to put my foot on the gas, and I got to give my car some gas so it can go. And so that's what you really are, right? You get into your car, you're fired up, and it gives you that spark to take action. That's what I'm trying to get to, is you got to take action. So the events are going to do the preparatory work, right? It's going to get everything ready, going to get your belief level high, get your team level belief level high. But then when you get home, you have to spark and push yourself into action. This is a time when you leave the event that you're going to be taking massive action on your business, because your belief level is going to be so high, you're going to feel like you could do absolutely anything. And, sometimes the danger that we fall into is the believing attending the event is going to put you over the top. It's not just attending. So we don't want you to just go so you can just go and sit there and fill a seat and fill a quota. That's why, I love Melanami, because they don't charge a lot of money for the tickets. It's not about them getting a lot of money and making money. Okay, great, everyone got to events and we're going to sell some materials. No, that's not what it's about. It's about getting you in a position where you can spark that fire inside of you that is going to drive that massive action in your business. That's the reason why people go away from these events and start doing some amazing things that they couldn't do any before, because their belief level is so high, they feel like there's no way I can't do this. There's no way I can't make it in this business. And so, your goal is to go to these events and with a plan to take action afterwards. That's really what your goal is. You're going to go there, and let's say that your belief level is at the floor. Don't worry about it. You're going to get into that event. You're going to get into those environments. You're going to meet people. You're going to make connections. You're going to feel connected. You're going to get your belief level up. And when you come home, if you have a plan of action of what you want to do, or you get there and you make a plan of action and you and your team make a plan of action, you're going to come home and feel like you are absolutely unstoppable. So what is the thing? You want to go out there. You want to make connections with people, Take note of inspiring leaders and some of their words of wisdom. Model successful behaviors. Talk to some people who are having success. Talk to Kevin Vaughn and say, how did you plan this big old TTP party? How did you get everybody there? What did you do? Meet other people who are just like you, who have made it, and ask them how they did it. How did you make it? Ask Barry Ackles, how did you get car qualified in 3 or 4 weeks? How did you do that? What type of action looks like that? And be prepared to walk out of the event and take massive action towards your goal. That's the purpose of the event. So it's not just going in there and filling a chair. That's not what we're talking about. It's going in there, filling up your tank, getting your car started so that when you get home, you can put the gas and peel out of your driveway and on towards your dreams. So, Pastor Denise and Pastor Dale, I hope that was an inspirational, motivational talk of why we got to get to these events. I was thinking about it a little bit, and I was like, it's not just the events. I said, what is the purpose of the events? What are we supposed to be doing? And really what it is, and it happens at every single event, if you nurture that feeling that you have after the events, you can really take your business to a completely different level. Am I right, Pastor Denise? Because you told me that's what happened to you when you went to an event, right?
That's exactly what happened, Nikisha. I don't think that I would be where I am today in network marketing if I didn't attend that big event that, my girlfriend, she pushed me to go. And I went just to support her. I didn't want to go. This was in our sister company, my video talk. And I was doing my video talk. I was doing good. I was bringing people in my business talk, but I hadn't really gotten into the full picture of what it really was. And she pushed me to go to this big event in Tampa. She really pushed me. And that's what I would say to the leaders. Push your team members to go. Don't just say, are you going to go and leave it there? Push them to go. Sometimes folks just need that extra push. And so she pushed me, and I went. And when I went, I'm telling you, my life, it just turned around totally. That day, it took a whole new direction. Now, this is someone who didn't know anything about network marketing. I didn't know squat about network marketing. I heard about it, but I didn't know anything about it. But I'm telling you, because of that day, that event, that big event, and I always say something supernatural takes place in that atmosphere. A lot of knowledge is there, a lot of power is there, a lot of anointing is there, a lot of love is there, and a lot of people's heart wanting to see you make it is in this one room at what's called a big event. And because of all that love and all the agreement that everyone is in, to want to see everyone make it, it hits you. Something just clicks, and your eyes just open in a different way, and you know you are where you're supposed to be. Nikisha, you kept using the word action. I think we take that word action too lightly, and we need to really take action. Taste that word. What does it mean when we say take action? You have to do more than just step and look to see if your organization is growing. You can't just come in, sign up, get your 2 people, and then just do the waiting game, just step. No. Every day you should be taking action to make a difference in your businesses, to make a difference in someone else. Because every time you take an action, everything you desire to want to do in your business, guess what? If you desire to want to do it, if you see it, if you focus on it, and if you take action, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I can't help but think of all the action that Mel and Amy Gill have taken to get us where we are in Team Effort International. Look at all that they have done already. And look at all the action that they took to get Team Effort International where it is today. Look at all the different countries that we're already in because Mel and Amy Gill took action. We just opened up in Japan this month because Mel and Amy Gill took action. The ingredients that's in our sprays, the highest quality of ingredients in our sprays because Mel and Amy Gill took action. So they're leading by example. They're showing us if you take action, it will happen. I didn't mean to go on, Nikisha, but I'm telling you, it is so very important that we do get to these big events. It's something supernatural, something wonderful, something beautiful transpires. And you're right, Nikisha. This is an excellent topic to start the week off with.
Yeah, I think sometimes we forget where people might be at in their business. A lot of times when people aren't taking action, it's simply because they have a lack of belief. And one of the questions I probably get asked the most often is, I want to do this, but how? Like, how do I get back to being motivated? How do I get back to those first 90 days where this was all I could think about and this was all that I can do? And there's really nothing I can say and really nothing I can do. If internally you're not feeling it and you can't pull it out of yourself. But the one thing I do know is that if you're feeling really down and you're saying, well, I'm not going to go to the event because I didn't quite make my goals and I'm not really sure and I don't really know, that's exactly where you need to be. And if you have team members who are struggling or you have team members who are they used to be really excited, now they're not as excited, those are exactly the people that you want to get into the events. The people who are already motivated are going to go because they're already excited and they know what events can do for them. But the people who are demotivated are exactly the same reason why those people need to be there. It's kind of like, we had this message in church today, yesterday was that, a lot of times people feel bad and they don't want to go to church. But when you're feeling bad, when you're feeling disappointed, that's exactly where you need to be. And that's the same thing that's true of your business. If your business is suffering or if it's not where it wants to be, the events are exactly where you need to be to kick it into high gear. And let's say your business is going where you want to go. This is certainly where you need to be, without a question, without a doubt, where you need to be in order to take your business to the next level or to keep that level of belief as high as it is right now. So I'm glad everybody enjoyed it. And thank you, Mr. Paul Jackson. You always have such a kind word to say. And, he just thought it was very timely, and I totally agree with him. So I appreciate his influence and his call and his friendship. So back to you, Pastor Dale.
Thank you, Nikisha. Excellent topic for today. Pastor Dale Wafer, who has taken action all the way in Atlanta. Jordan, are you there, sir?
Yes, ma'am, I am. I'm here, and Nikisha always does a fabulous job. And you're right, as we get to talking about, big events and things that take place and all of those things, we always just have to maintain this level of consistency through our team. I like what you're saying about if you're not going to the big event, then, make sure your team goes. You want to make sure that your team is getting this information, that they're going to be successful. And what I find is that just like Paul, when he took all of his people to the big event, and, Pastor Denise, you and I bring our teams to the big events, that just gives us more energy and more synergy because everybody's hearing the same thing at the same time. I remember when we went to the Las Vegas event, and, having all of our people from our team there, the excitement that we had, man, we had time to network together. When we took breaks, we had time to eat together and talk about what we heard and looking forward to what was coming up next. Those kind of things matter. And what happened? When we came back to the city, the teams just took off. Teams just exploded. Paul's team exploded. Linda and Mike's team exploded. LA's team exploded. Everybody's team exploded because they were all in the same place at the same time, hearing the same great information that challenged them to go for the next 90 days, to run really hard for the next 90 days. So I'm telling you guys, Nikisha laid out this platform for us, and we're going to continue to push this thing, get to the meetings, get to the big events. Big things happen at big events.
Big things happen at big events. Well, before we have Anita Ford to bring us our quote for today, let's hear from Mr. One-Star Kevin Monroe. He's ready to jump through the phone. One-Star Kevin Monroe, you going to send Pastor Dale back home now?
I'll tell you what, get me another application. We got to get some sign-ups before he leaves, sure. Get me those applications, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Pastor Denise, Pastor Dale, Nikisha, and Anita Ford. We're so excited to have Pastor Dale. Matter of fact, some real quick takeaways I got to tell you guys. It was so powerful, just powerful. First of all, we want to thank Dr. Dale and Diane Wafer for coming to Atlanta, guys. What they did, guys, was incredible. We had a 10-star status when they were here. We had a powerful TTP on Saturday. And guess what, guys? We had an awesome and informative 10 training yesterday. Man, Pastor Dale did a great job with us on that. Incredible. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, also, too, guess what they did, though? They lit the dynamite on both ends, and then they threw it into the room with excitement, man. We all blew up and got excited, man. Everybody is fired up, and Pastor Dale Wafer and Lady Di was with us in Atlanta. Wonderful, wonderful. Hey, guys, some real quick takeaways, and you guys heard this again, and Nikisha's been talking about it, along with Pastor Dale, Pastor Denise. Some of the takeaways from Pastor Dale's awesome training and presentation. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? There's 7.5 billion people on the planet. You just need 2. You only need 2, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't that wonderful? Everybody, you just need 2. The next thing I took notes on, expand your belief in 10, guys. That's what we're talking about today. You get to those big events, and guess what? Your belief will go through the roof. And believe me, you will be committed to building your business with your team. Guess what? He also talked about, Pastor Denise, is the 3-way call. 3-way call, Nikisha. He talked about the 3-way call. So powerful. Another powerful tool, guys. You want to get people on the 3-way call with your leadership, guys, all the way up to Pastor Denise and Pastor Dale. You want to get those folks on the phone if you can catch them, but you definitely got to find somebody in the upline, ladies and gentlemen, to do those 3-way calls, okay? And last but not least, he talked about accountability. You guys talked about that at the end of the day. He talked about accountability and goal setting, and also executing and getting results. We had a great time. We are excited. We've got some powerful things coming up this week. We're getting ready to, with the team down here, we're going to come up with some other days. We're going to probably go to a 2-day, maybe a 3-day TTP in Atlanta. So we're working on that. So Pastor Dale, First Lady Di, Pastor Denise, Nikisha, thank you so much. Back to you guys. We are on fire in Atlanta, Georgia. Matter of fact, our temperature went up at least 50 more degrees in Atlanta. I love it. Back to you.
Love it, love it. Thank you, Kevin Ball. Looking forward to seeing all you guys on September the 27th. Anita Poole, all the way from the UK. Are you there with our quote for today?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me okay?
We can. Good morning, Anita. How are you?
Fantastic, fantastic. And what a great call and what great TTPs you had. Kevin, absolutely fantastic. So George Eliot said, it is never too late to be what you might have been. So grab the opportunity, grab the sprays, and be what you can be, your potential. Booker T. Washington said, if you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. And that's what the TEN sprays are all about. It's all about helping somebody else. And then you help someone else with income, you help someone else with health and wealth and well-being. My goodness, you will lift yourself up as well as them. So Jamie Polaniti said, limitations live only in our minds. But if we use our imaginations, our possibilities become limitless. And lastly, Mae Jemison said, it's your place in the world. It's your life. Go on and do all you can with it and make it the life you want to live. With our Team Effort Network opportunity and my video talk tours as well, literally, we can all make our lives exactly what we want. Back to you, Denise.
Wow, powerful, powerful, powerful. We literally can make our life exactly what we want. Thank you, Anita Poole from UK. Thank you, Kevin Ball. Pastor Joe, do you have anything to say before we close the call for today? Pastor Joe, are you still there? And if not, Nikisha Bond, thank you so much for bringing us in here. Okay, do you have anything to say before we close out for today?
I'm looking forward to tomorrow. You guys want to be on the call tomorrow. It's going to be an exciting pumped up call.
Okay, he's bringing Atlanta, Georgia to the call tomorrow, so we have a lot of excitement and passion that's going to come from that. Be back with us tomorrow morning. And remember, family, go out there and make it happen. Take action. Don't sit, move. Get up, take action. Move, move, move. It's only going to make you feel well. Feel good. Share the testimony. Talk about the spray. Talk about the story. Get it out there. Just share on social media. Send out text messages. Send out email addresses. Get the word out. 10 vitamin sprays are taken over. Yes. We're at the forefront of it. Be back on the call again with us tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific, 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And know this, family, you are loved and you are greatly appreciated. God bless you all and have a blessed day on purpose.